Testing. Should be live. Test. Are we live? Hello there. Alright, yeah, we're live now. Alright, good. At least we are on Twitch. Let's check out YouTube. Alright, good. Alright, what's up, guys? How's it going, Anakin Skywalker? What's going on, Trips? We're already a minute late, so no intro. We're getting right into it. Sorry about that. But we're gonna get right into it. Here we go. We're starting in... Well, I hope you guys are ready. I'll give you a second to get ready. Hurry up and get ready. Hurry. I already have mine pulled up, ready to go. And here we go. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, I like that we got a little recap. By the way, guys, I didn't skip the intro. I know it's probably a little late now, but... Oh. Oh. Yeah, I was about to say, oh my goodness, man. I don't know how I feel about that. I gotta say, the music's really good, though. The Tribes of Tatooine. Oh. Oh, no way. Better get a stepping, boy. Hmm. Interesting. Ho ho ho! It's all gonna go down. Ho 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 ho! Oh, they're screwed. Whew. Dang. People saying he's beta. Shut up. Ooh. Dang. Dang. Oh, dang. Dang, bro. Hey. Oh, sheesh. Whoa. Sounds like an escape route. Dumb. Dang, they caught up awful fast, huh? Get a stepping. Ah, that makes sense. The heck? That fills in some gaps, huh? I like they're filling in the gaps and stuff, but like, I would say this is a bad montage of it, but I would have preferred more time on the, the Sarlacc compared to him making his little weapon there. But that's just me. I guess we got to see how he made it. Hey, that was a good episode, huh? I liked it. I liked it a lot, honestly. Hey, a lot to say. Interesting. Dude, I'm just going to take a minute just to listen to the soundtrack because it is so cool. Alright, I'll pause right now. Alright, so there's a lot to take in, man. What's going on, Trips? What's going on, Leia the Batman? How's it all going? Sup, y'all? Hi, Gray. Long time no see. Hey, what's going on? Long time no see. Something crazy's going on right now. There's a lot of different little crazy moments in there. Nothing like too crazy, but we got some action in there. Let me just say first off, Boba Fett is freaking amazing. He is like so badass, just to put it lightly. Excuse my language there, but I mean, dude, he is bad to the bone, man. He is crazy. All the stuff he's going through right now after the Sarlacc, like, I don't think you guys understand what Boba is going through right now. I feel like it's kind of, Boba's an interesting character, right? Because we haven't gotten a lot of him in terms of canon, right? We got to see him in Empire Strikes Back and stuff, and Return of the Jedi, obviously. And then him in the Clone Wars as a kid, and obviously him in Attack of the Clones. But there's not a whole lot. There's a lot of mystery around that character, right? But I was very selective in what was in my personal canon in my head, in terms of legends. And so far, everything that I have been wanting from Boba Fett, in terms of like how he is as a character, is adding up perfectly to me, except for one thing, which I'll get into. Let's just get into it right now. So that one thing basically being how he trusts Fennec Shand. I totally understand the respect thing. I get people that don't quite understand that yet, but it has a lot to do with his father and his father's history, and respect and honor is a huge part of that. And it seems like he's already kind of figured that out and is still figuring things out. And what makes Boba just so awesome, not only just as a fighter, but just as a great person or a character in general, is the fact that he gets to pick and choose. Like, he's, over his years, even as a kid, we got to see him, learn all these different things from all these different people, and he's kind of taking the best traits out of all of them, and is kind of becoming, the best. all the way back from Django. I can't even express how cool Django is. Same thing with Django. You know, I'm very selective in what I like, what I get in legends about him as well. But you got I can't even name all of them, but there's Django, there's Cad Bane, there's Bosk, there's Aura Singh, right? Now the Tusken Raiders. You know, you got the entire Crime Lord Syndicate, obviously the Pikes, you know, Darth Vader. He's run into so many different people. Mace Windu, Plo Koon, all these, and so Anakin Skywalker, all these different people over the years. As you know, from a kid all the way up to now. I mean, how old is he now? 40 something or something? So obviously this fills in a lot of gaps from obviously Return of the Jedi to The Mandalorian. To be honest, and sorry about my coughs, you probably heard me cough a little bit throughout the show. Let me just double check there's not an end credit thing. I don't think there is, but just double checking. Ever since I have to double check ever since that Mandalorian one, man, because I missed it. Someone in chat had to tell me. But yeah. Hey, what's going on, Anakin Skywalker? How's it going, man? Boba's overpowered in Battlefront 2. I wouldn't use the word overpowered. Maybe overpowered in certain situations, but then in that case, all the heroes are like that, you know? Boba is a Mandalorian. He's trained to be a fighter. Yes and no. I keep on going back and forth. Yes, I consider him as a Mandalorian to a certain extent. Nothing like it kind of just goes back all the way back from the not the Galactic Civil War, the Mandalorian Civil War, which is one of my favorite things in Star Wars. And I was already gonna make a video about that. I still am, but you know, chances are it's not gonna be out anytime soon anyway. So I'll just kind of give you guys a rundown. But basically, what that is that there's almost like three sides, kind of like, you know, how there's Jedi and then there's Sith. And then we don't normally get to see the gray area in between, but there's some things there. We've seen some things exist there. You got Jedi, Sith, and gray, right? It's almost like that, but with Mandalorians as well, right? You have, you know, the good, what you would call, I guess, the good Mandalorians, which are the ones, you know, they'll just be the pacifists. They won't fight no matter what. Kind of think of like Satine, right? Those types of Mandalorians, like they refuse to fight. You know what I mean? They'd rather just, you know, I don't know if being conquered is the right word, but they'd rather just like not fight at all. They don't want to fight. And then you got like the, you know, air quotes here, the bad Mandalorians, which are the ones basically doing the entire opposite and just want to conquer and conquer and conquer and conquer, right? They just want to basically go out and get as many roles as they can, whatever it is, right? You also kind of get vibes from Death Watch and stuff, right? All they want to do is just be in control, and they will fight at whatever the cost is, right? And then you got the guys in the middle, right? Which basically don't want to just go and conquer everybody and just be like the bad guys, right? But they also don't want to just sit back and just see everything happen, you know, through a window. They'll fight if they have to, you know what I mean? They'll fight to defend themselves, you know, to protect their people, whatever it may be, right? And through that, right, there's also, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jasper Muriel, you know, and, you know, about Django and his dad, because he was a farmer. But basically, that's kind of how the foundling thing gets started. It kind of is in that middle category, if that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain without going in depth into the whole story, but hopefully you guys are getting the gist of it. But basically, to make a long story short, the bad guys, right, the bad Mandalorians, as you would say, they were on this one world. I forgot what it was called, but they were just trying to take control of everything. This was also, I think this was actually on. No, I don't think that. No, this isn't the farm planet that Jango was on. I don't think so. Anyways, it could be, but anyways, I forgot the name of it. But they were wanting to conquer the world, you know, and you know, not, you get it, right? Just be in control of everything. And the guys in the middle were also there trying to defend people and not make it where the other guys would take control. But, you know, once the middle guys had the upper hand, what do you know? The bad guys basically say, oh, Jedis, come help us. Look what the bad Mandalorians are doing, you know what I mean? And they show them whatever, and the Jedis are like, okay, we're going to come down and come help because they're peacekeepers, right? This is before the Clone Wars, before all this stuff happens, before the Phantom Menace. Um, and the Jedi come down there, right? But they don't realize that the bad guys are telling him this. They're acting like the middle guys are the bad guys, and they're telling the Jedi, yeah, look what they're doing. You know what I mean? Take them out. And basically, they tell them where they're at. The Jedi go to them, and without even like questioning it or anything, the Jedi just start getting in this huge fight with, the middle Mandalorians is what they, as I'm trying to explain it, right? As Jango's also a part of that, by the way. And guess who the leader of that Jedi army that came to help, right? Air quotes, help. Guess who the leader of that was? Count Dooku. Hey, small world, huh? But, yeah, so it was just kind of funny. And that's when Jango actually killed 6 Jedi with his bare hands. It was in that battle. But basically, there was no survivors except for Jango. He was able to basically take out all of the Jedi for the most part. Obviously not Dooku, but you get the point. And yeah, the bad guys ended up taking control for a while. And that's how Jango ends up going on this wild journey. But yeah, I guess you could say that, Boba has some foundling. His dad was basically a foundling, if you think about it. You know what I mean? So, and we got to learn from the Mandalorian that, and so like I said, everything is so far of what I have thought about Jango and Boba is still adding up, which I'm so grateful for. I'd hate it when they don't give a character justice, at least in my mind. Obviously we all probably have our ups and downs about that. But so far I'm enjoying it. The only thing that I don't really like is how trusting Boba is with Fennec Shand, because the way I'm understanding it is the first time he's met Fennec Shand, right, is in The Mandalorian when he saved her, right? And we know we have backstory about Fennec, right? She is a ruthless bounty hunter, according to, the Bad Batch and The Mandalorian. She's this well-known crazy bounty hunter, right? So the fact that he saves her, he's like, okay, you're gonna basically be in debt to me now. You're gonna be by my side. And I could maybe see her being like, I don't know. I don't even really see her being like, okay, Boba, yeah, sure. Dude, they're bounty hunters, right? Not everyone's built like Boba Fett. I understand what Boba is trying to do, right? But I feel like Boba wouldn't trust her. Especially this, like, think about it, right? What is it? 5 years after the Return of the Jedi? They don't know each other that long. This takes place right after The Mandalorian. So they're still kind of like, their relationship's still semi-new. I don't get why he's trusting her so much. And I don't get why Fennec, like, doesn't he know that she is a bounty hunter and that bounty hunters go where the money is? You know what I mean? Not all of, like, the majority of them. You know what I mean? The best one, well, I guess not the best ones because Boba disproves that point. But Boba's like the one exception, right? I mean, he's been around Cad Bane. He knows how this operation works. The bounty hunters will go the way of the coin. But anyways, I'm just gonna get on this big rant just on him and Fennec Shand. I just don't like. I feel like Fennec Shand as a character is being forced. I just do. It just feels out of place. I'm not against her. I just feel like the way they put her in a lot of these places, I was fine with her in The Mandalorian, but once, like, she's all of a sudden, like, Boba's right-hand man, and he trusts her with, her life, and he's willing to die to try and also protect her. We saw that in the assassin fight in the first episode where they were circled around. I mean, he could have easily just used his jetpack to get out of there. You know what I mean? But no, he didn't want to leave Fennec Shand behind. I don't know. A lot of mixed feelings. But anyways, let's talk about this episode, huh? He saved her life and technically turned her into a cyborg. I mean, yes. I mean, yeah, technically, I guess she'd be as a cyborg. Yeah, but why does she care? I mean, yeah, she saved he saved her life. Okay, cool. Thanks, Boba. You don't think that she would turn on him if she was offered the right price or something? She's a bounty hunter. That's probably all. That's all. Probably. We know that's all she has done her entire life. Look at the Bad Batch. At least most of her life. She's a professional bounty hunter. I don't know. I don't know. That just doesn't make sense to me of how close they are in this little amount of time and how Boba trusts her. Like, he should know not to trust these bounty hunters. You know what I mean? He should know. He should know. I would understand with him being like, okay, yeah, be at my right side man, but don't fully trust her with your life. Come on, Boba, you're smarter than that. That's the only problem I have with it. Other than that, I'm loving it. I'm loving the whole respect deal that he's doing. That's totally based off of his father, from what I'm assuming, because that's kind of the man that Jango was, even though it may not have seemed like it just from episode 2. But once you look in his past, that's only like an ounce. It's almost like it's a total misunderstanding when you just look at it from episode 2's standpoint. But anyways, I don't like her that much in Book of Boba Fett, but I do like Boba. I agree. I 100% like Boba. Yep. Let me think. So the whole Hutt thing I thought was great, because that was one of my questions, right? Is like, are they just seriously gonna let Boba just go in, kill Bib Fortuna? Like, there's a reason why no one did that to Jabba. No one dared do that. I like how they mentioned now Hutta, right, where the Hutts came from, because that's their home planet. I don't know if this is like a me thing or not. I mentioned this like when the channel very first started. I mentioned it in one of like my reviews or anything. Mentioned one of my like old reviews, but even in the Mandalorian, some of the species just don't look. I mean, they look right. I can tell what they are, right? But they look like worse than what they did with like all the way back in Empire Strikes Back. Like when I see Bosk, I see like a Trandoshan. But when I see looking at the Trandoshans in the Mandalorian and now in these episodes, like it looks so weird. I don't want to say fake, but it just looks weird, especially the eyes. They just look off. I don't know why. The Hutts grew on me very fast. At first I was like, okay, that looks a bit weird. Jabba looked obviously way more real, but I don't know. They kind of grew on me really fast, but it was just those first little impressions there. But overall, I thought it was a good, solid episode. It was mainly just kind of filling in the gap from because we basically know everything from the Sarlacc pit up to the Mandalorian up to now, basically, right? Because there's 5 years, which makes me think, I wonder how long. I wish we would have a little bit more of an idea of what the timing is in terms of when he got out of the Sarlacc pit, right? Because like how was he in there for a year, almost a year, 2 years, right? Because if it takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi, he obviously fell in at Return of the Jedi. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to find out how that timing works, because obviously we're caught up to where the thing is now. The only thing is, I still hope, I really, really hope. This was a good episode, don't get me wrong, but I want them to keep on doing the flashbacks. I am okay with this entire show just being flashbacks with these type of deals, like what he's doing now and how he's going to be controlling the crime syndicate. I hope we get season 2, but we'll have to wait and see about that. I want to see Cad Bane. I hope we see Cad Bane. That's my wish. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but I would love to see a flashback between him and Cad Bane or something. We got a little bit of flashbacks here. I enjoyed it. I thought the lizard thing was a bit weird, but hey, it works. I don't see why not. What's up? Real Wadentation? Real Wadentation, I say that right? Hopefully I did. It was better than the last episode, 8 out of 10. The Hutts were meh. Yeah. How would I rate this episode? they had less flashbacks, but it was also a lot more action packed. I think I'd give this one a solid 8 out of 10 as well. I don't know if I could really say that this was better than the first one, but I also can't say that the first one was also better than the second one. I feel like they were pretty close to the same, honestly, at least off of first impressions. Because it just felt like they were both different. They were both good in their own ways. This was a lot more action packed, right? But we're still dealing with a weak Boba, at least part of it, right? And I guess this was all flashbacks now that I think about it. I'm stupid. Yeah, this was all flashbacks. Because I was for some reason thinking that the train thing wasn't a flashback, but it is. Most of it was. So yeah, I'm okay with the show being like that. I have a feeling that they're probably gonna stop now. Maybe only have a couple flashbacks, which I really hope they don't do. And I think they might stop that because now they filled up the gap between him being eaten by the Sarlacc, him escaping, him be wandering around Tatooine, training with the Sand People, and now this is basically, we see him in his Mandalorian attire, so obviously he sees the Mandalorian leave with his armor. He's gonna be like, gotta leave, Sand People. Sorry, this is kind of where I'm at. This was only a temporary thing. You know what I mean? I couldn't really do anything. You guys locked me, against my will, at least at the beginning. And then after the Mandalorian, he's obviously we're at where we're at now. He's gonna be taking over Tatooine and hopefully the entire crime syndicate. That'd be awesome. I thought that was cool that we got to see a little bit of the Pikes, and they were able to implement them into the story. So hopefully his name's getting out there even more, because obviously he's known as a bounty hunter, but he obviously doesn't see himself as one, which I think is very interesting, and I am 100% okay with. I'm looking at where's this at? I was kind of looking through it. I'm looking at 728. It's just his armor basically. You see the symbol still on there. So obviously when you got to think about it, right? When he cleans his armor in the Mandalorian and leaves certain stuff on there, there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it, and he knows those reasons. And I really am wanting them to dive deep into that type of stuff. Whether they do that or not, I have no idea, but that's kind of what I'm hoping. I'd be okay with even Clone Wars flashbacks, him as a kid, him as a teenager, him, how did he get, I mean, we already know kind of how he got into the bounty hunting world, right? Ever since he was a kid. But I'm just so curious of where his head's at, in terms of Empire Strike Back wise, Return of the Jedi wise. Is he still thinking bounty hunting? I mean, I feel like he's, I don't know. It's a bit weird because obviously, he's taking bounties, but maybe there's a bigger reason behind it that we just don't know of yet. Because obviously, at this point, right? So when we know everything he's been through ever since Return of the Jedi, so that means by Return of the Jedi, he has to know this information. He has to. You know what I mean? About dealing with respect and info about his dad and stuff like that. So, if he is now saying he's not a bounty hunter now, I feel like he didn't consider himself a bounty hunter back in Return of the Jedi. But that's why I want to see more of what's going on. What's going on through his head? What is he thinking right now? What does he know? What does he not know? What is true about his dad? What isn't true? A lot to be said. And we haven't gotten into the actual Mandalorian stuff. That's a whole nother thing. So, yeah, overall, good solid episode, but I want more, man. I want more. I feel like season 1 just isn't going to do it for me. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how well they tie it up, but I want to see a lot of Boba. I love Boba. Oh yeah, any face reveal soon at 10K subs? As of right now, no. Nope. Because think back to what you said on Christmas or something. He saved her from hell. What? I'm confused. I don't know what you mean by that. At least they didn't bring in Darth Crate. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Darth Crate. Jedi becoming a sand person and then becoming Sith. I'm thinking of the right person, right? Oh, why is chat way out of the box? Why am I just now noticing that? Jeesh. Oh, that's the wrong thing. What have I been doing? So what the? Is there two chat? There's two chats. What the? Oh, that's weird. Alright, there we go. Should be better now. Sorry about that, guys. Probably looked all wonky this entire time. Do you think Darth Vader's gonna be in it? No. Darth Vader's dead. What are you talking about? I talking about like in flashbacks? I'd be okay with a flashback with Darth Vader being in it, but he obviously is dead at this point. So, maybe in a flashback, but I don't. Obviously, I want him to be more Kenobi centered. I want this to mainly be about Boba, but I'm totally fine with him being in it for whatever it is, a call, whatever, you know, why he's taking the job or whatever. So, yeah, there's just a lot that I am curious about Boba, from basically him as a teenager, so Clone Wars wise, through obviously the Purge, so Order 66, and into the transition of the Empire up to Episode 6. So basically, in terms of like if I had to put like in movies, the time frame being in between movies, I'd probably say in between the beginning of Episode 3 to Episode 6. I want a lot more filled in there, and then maybe even some past stuff before the Phantom Menace about his dad. I would love that. And obviously we're getting stuff about what he's doing now, but I feel like what he's doing now is going to heavily reflect off of the knowledge he knows about his dad. I just feel like him and his dad's just too close. I think he's going to definitely do his own spin, right? But also have his dad's roots, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm 100% all for them doing flashbacks. I want them to do flashbacks. I mean, if the whole show's like this, I'm okay. Make most of the episodes flashbacks. I prefer that. I was wanting that. That was one thing I told you guys before the show even started, is that I wanted, I wanted flashbacks. I want to see Cad Bane. You know what I mean? Cad Bane's more of just a fan service thing. Obviously, it's about Boba. I want it to be about Boba, but I would love to see that duel we never got to see back in the Clone Wars when George Lucas owned it and Disney didn't even put it in season 7. But I guess Rafa and Trace is just so much more important, right? But I would have loved to see that whole bounty hunter circle, and they see Cad Bane and Boba in the middle, and they have that duel, and they basically just shoot each other in the head at the same time, and that's how he earns that respect. He kills Cad Bane. Yes, I want that to be the death of Cad Bane. That's the only fair way, in my opinion. But obviously it has to take place after the Bad Batch now, because he fought Fennec Shand, and Fennec Shand beat the crap out of him, at least to a certain extent, which I don't agree with, but anyways. We're getting off track. Are you going to do a Battlefront 2 stream anytime soon? Yes. Well, technically now is the 5th, so keep an eye out for tomorrow. If you're looking for Battlefront 2 streams this month, you will love. You will love. I am trying something new I have never done on the channel before. And let's just say it's going to be very stream heavy, at least for the month of January to test it out, or at least the first 3 weeks. Obviously, we're kind of, the first week is going to be in, we're already halfway in, right? But, yeah, the next 2 weeks. So basically all the way up to the 21st, I think you'll be happy. On the last week, I'm still fine-tuning. That last week of January is kind of like falling into February, if that makes sense, in terms of like specific content in my mind. So I don't know. I'm still playing around with it, but I'll keep you guys updated as much as I possibly can. Kenobi the TV show. Yeah, this year is definitely the big Star Wars year for TV shows. I mean, we're getting obviously the Book of Boba. Then we're getting Cassian Andor, right? Then we're getting the Kenobi series, and I'm pretty sure we should be getting the Mandalorian season 3, although we don't know exactly when that's going to happen, and then Bad Batch season 2. And that's not even including Star Wars games, you know what I mean? So we're still supposed to be getting Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Obviously, Star Wars Hunters is supposed to officially launch, not just be in beta. I want to play it on the Switch. I don't want to try and do it on an, on the phone. I want to do it on the Switch. Yeah, there's just a lot of good Star Wars stuff coming, guys. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed this episode, so I had a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys, hanging out with me. And yeah, catch you all later. May the Force be with you always.